universal techniques. There is a lot we can do with our body. We can do hundreds of drills, but basically we all have the same biomechanics. All humans, healthy humans, have 2 legs, 2 arms, torso, head. We don't have a tail. We have limits to our possible movement. So we can also take all those possibilities of movement and reduce it to some basic techniques, which I call them universal techniques. I'll start with the legs. Everything I taught you before in the videos about kicks, swing lifts, transitions are universal techniques for the legs. With the upper body, it's more simple. So let us start. There are several principles and then the universal techniques for the arms movement. The basic principles are figure 8, 2 directions of the figure 8, the principle of chasing hands, and the principle of opposite direction. So let's start with the universal techniques. Several of them you've already seen. The forward arm rotation, the backward arm rotation, the horizontal circle, we have videos about them all, and the vertical shear. We can do the vertical shear hand by hand, or we can do this with both hands together, up and down, with this triangle movement. See, triangle movement, and down, or just vertical, up, down. All those are universal techniques, and we've already done videos about them. Those are the important universal techniques. Of course, the figure 8 itself, it's not only a principle but also a universal technique, and the bowl of soup, which also we have a video about it. So those are the universal techniques you've already seen. We have few more. We have the clothing movement, I compress the hands as if I'm walking against a spring or a jello, very thick jello here. See, it's horizontal. And the opposite movement, as if I'm swimming. So I was compressing, and here I separate. We have the closing and opening movement. It is figure 8, but it's also very universal movement. We've talked about it, and we also have the vertical, this vertical cycle. You see this vertical plane, so we can cycle it this way, and we can tilt it in 45 degrees. This is also a universal technique. We have this in our short punches. We have the vertical shear also on the 45 degrees plane here. Also, another universal technique we have is the transformation from the vertical circle to the horizontal circle. So we drop our hand down and up again to the horizontal. Start with forward arm rotation, down and up into horizontal circle. Down and up, just like in the 11th swing lift. And the last universal technique we still haven't talked about is butterfly wings. We close in and open with the entire body. See, I'm doing this movement. Here, I close in, and then I cross my hands down here, and I open. my entire body moves together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is actually the only universal technique you haven't seen in other videos. So we have arms rotations, we can rotate them parallel to the body, we have the vertical cycle, we can tilt it in 45 degrees, we have the vertical shear, we can also tilt the vertical shear, we can do it simultaneously or hand by hand, we have the transition from vertical to horizontal circle, we have the figure 8, we have the 2 direction of figure 8, we have closing and opening, bowl of soup, 2 direction of the bowl soup, and the butterfly wings.